We are now just a few days away from seeing Cam Newton take the field for the New England Patriots for the very first time. I'm Sierra Goodwill here with Evan Lazar. Evan, we've really been waiting for this moment, although it also feels like it came pretty fast since the news broke that Newton was signing in New England. But now everyone's talking about, is there a future for Newton in New England? Because when he signed that 1-year incentive-laden contract, it was believed to be a bridge between the Tom Brady era and the Jarrett Stidham era. But now, with the attitude that he's shown and the, commitment to the team that he's shown, there's some conversations now about whether or not the team should lock him up long term. What's your opinion on all that?
Well, I can tell you, Sierra, that the team and Newton have not had any contract discussions about an extension just yet. And I think right now you're in the honeymoon phase, right? Everything's going great. Internally, we're hearing just only positive things, both privately and publicly. These players could not say enough good things about Cam Newton on the press conferences. It's almost overload. Like it's kind of on purpose, right? Or it's calculated that they're saying all these great things about him. But privately, I have heard similar things, that they're awesome, like really excited about what Cam has brought to the table in terms of his attitude and his makeup. And it isn't necessarily about what's going on the field, but more of just about his swagger and the way he carries himself and the positive energy that he brings was a much needed sort of change of pace, I think, from this Patriots locker room towards, the kind of doom and gloom that they had with Brady last year to now a more positive attitude with Newton. It's been really welcomed by those guys. But now the games start. And at some point in time, there's going to be adversity, right? And things aren't going to go as well as they have so far in the summer and training camp when they haven't been playing any games. And then what happens? What happens if the team starts 3-4? What happens if they lose a game to the Kansas City in week 4 by 3 touchdowns and everybody's sort of hard on Newton or hard on the offense? At that point in time, can they continue to persevere and get through it together? Then I think we can start talking about contract extension to Newton's long-term future here. Right now, it's way too early, I think, in the process for everybody involved to get to a point where they're going to reach a contract extension with Cam and kind of look beyond the fact that they haven't really faced much adversity yet.
Well, like you said, the games are starting. Week 1 against the Dolphins is just days away. How are they going to use Cam Newton? What is this offense going to look like? What do you expect out of him? We know, obviously, we've talked about the condensed preseason, how it's a really tough position for first-year players. What are your expectations for Cam Newton on Sunday?
Well, Sarah, this is the first time in the NFL since 1926 that there were no preseason games, almost 100 years ago. So this is completely unprecedented. And the unexpected is really fun for a lot of people. But also, Bill Belichick said in his presser on Wednesday, I think it was, that it's probably going to take about the first quarter, maybe the first half, for both teams to kind of feel it out and understand what they're going to do offensively and defensively with their new personnel, because there's a lot of changes for both teams. So back to Cam, though, I think the biggest thing moving forward, and I asked Josh McDaniels this question earlier in the week, is how do you preserve his body, right? How do you kind of mitigate some of the blows, and where's the line of we want to use his legs, we want to use his mobility, but we don't want to get him hurt? And McDaniels kind of just said, you know what, that's a great question, but we're going to sort of do it as a feeling out process. We have to listen to Cam, he has to listen to us, and we sort of have to meet in the middle there. So I think this game, though, with Miami's scheme, and we can get into this a little bit more tomorrow, Miami's scheme is really kind of vulnerable to an option-based rushing attack. It's very similar to what the Patriots got carved up by last year with Lamar Jackson. It's the same front, same scheme, same system with Brian Flores. If the Patriots can do similar things like that, then I think that they can really carve up this Miami run defense. So maybe we will see Cam Newton unleashed already in week 1, and that's exciting for Patriots fans to hear.
Absolutely. And as we continue to preview this matchup between the Patriots and Dolphins on Sunday, you can find all of our coverage on our website at clnsmedia.com, and as always, on our YouTube channel at Patriots Presscast.